This is your radio, Cayman.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What is on your mind, Cayman? If you are ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Here's your host.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. This is a different opening since it's for the new year. I was waiting for them to say Sterling Dwayne Eubanks, and then I say, no, it's not him. Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. Of course, it's not Sterling. It's Catherine Tyson Sewel. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. We'll be back with more.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Radio Cayman Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Good afternoon once again. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. This is Catherine Tyson Sewel. I will be your guest host sitting in for Mr. Sterling this afternoon. And I'm excited to be here. Sterling has been, saying hello since 2024 started. And let me tell you, I was ready to crush my goals. I got up. I was like, 2024, I am coming for you. And then my legs got wobbly and I dropped down with the flu. So thank you, 2024. But don't worry, I'm coming for you still. I hope you guys are excited about 2024. We have a new year. We have a new opportunity to just do it better and be thankful that we're here. And, we're here sitting, bringing great talk to you. And no different today. Today we're talking to the National Heroes Day people, and we're going to be talking about the award ceremony and also something special that's happening in the afternoon. So I want to welcome my guest. Good afternoon. Thank you, Jamal, for joining me this afternoon. That's Jamal Anderson. He's the acting chief of protocol, and he's also joined by Alfonso Wright, who is the executive chairman for Celebrate Cayman. Hi there, Mr. Alfonso.
Hi, Catherine. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
You're going to smile this year?
I do at times.
I'm going to tell you some jokes this show.
I tell people I don't smile a lot, but I laugh a lot.
You laugh a lot.
Yeah, they need to understand that.
There's a difference, right?
Yeah, that's my scowl is my protective barrier.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But if you know you're laughing.
There you go.
All right, there you go. So that was the 2024 secret, and we're revealing secrets on this show. Dale Ramon, you got some secrets too?
No, I don't have it. Everyone knows about my little business.
All right. And Dale is the chairman of the Heritage Day Committee, and I understand you're a recipient. For Georgetown, right? Yeah, and you've been doing that quite a while as well.
20 plus years, since I've been involved with the community, doing this sort of activities and so forth, So I'm here to support Alfonso in trying to bring the light of what we do in the community, some insight of what we do as a community, heritage-wise and cultural-wise.
Yeah.
Try to give it my best.
Yeah, I love that. So I've been talking a lot. When 2023 was ending, I was talking a lot about the Generation X and, you know, the millennials. And I'm always bragging about my generation, you know, like we are doing the thing. And then when we're joined by millennials, I love that too, because it's like we're handing over stuff to you guys. So Jamal, I'm very excited about that.
Okay,
As you're taking your place at the table, right? And it's a table that has been set. Yeah, I love that. And I think that it's important that we continue doing that with each other and just working in partnership. So, and that's exactly what's happening, right? So National Heroes Day is coming up, Holiday Monday.
It is. Good afternoon, Cayman Islands. Hoping everyone is doing well. Let's bring that energy. Hope everyone's having a good day thus far. Yes. Monday the 22nd. So as we all know, I think everyone has marked down their calendars already. National Heroes Day is this Monday. First long weekend. First holiday. You know, everyone's getting over the New Year's blues. But this is a great opportunity, my fellow resident and visitors here in Ireland, for those listening on air, watching on YouTube, a great opportunity to come out and recognize and be part of a process to see those within the community who have excelled and have been nominated by your fellow resident here for cultural creatives.
Yeah.
So it is something to be proud of, to be part of, and there's a lot to see to come out as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? I love the fact that, you know, we all love Holiday Mondays. We all love that. Trust me. I mean, we're all looking forward to it, and we're excited about it. But a lot of times we don't even know what it is. So it's really good that, you know, we continue to educate people on why you have a holiday and, you know, what's the purpose of it, right? Because it's not just another Sunday, you know, like a
Agreed.
rollover Sunday. It's like, no, it's actually a reason. And this one is really important too, as they all are. But talk to us a little bit about what is National Heroes Day.
Okay, perfect. So a great question to ask. So National Heroes Day is self-contained. I think it's somewhat self-explanatory. It's a day for us to look back and embrace and acknowledge the stalwarts in history that we've identified, who showcase and demonstrate what it is to be part of Cayman and part of Cayman heritage. For those who have currently been elevated to a point where there's bust actually placed in National Heroes Square to just represent what it is they've done, and they've been nominated by their peers. So this happens basically worldwide. Each country and or territory / island does something annually for their National Heroes Day. So we aren't really different in that respect. I think we are one of the first in terms of when we do ours. Not that that's a bad thing. I think January is an excellent opportunity. Start the year off right. You know, we pay homage to those who came before us, who set the foundation for what we have in this beautiful island today.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about.
Yeah, and so we start off with an awards ceremony. Now, can I ask you, before we talk about what awards will be you know, honored or awarded on that morning, are there different awards each year, or do they kind of look the same?
No.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about that.
Definitely not. So just a little backdrop. So Hero Square, and what we now call Hero Square, has become the amalgamation or the morphing of what was formerly Quincentennial. So that started in 2003.
Right.
So National Heroes Day, as we know it now, formulated around 2009, and it's been in existence ever since. So we have each and every year, the cabinet makes a decision on what the theme will be, as we will be again this year indicating what the theme will be for next year.
Okay.
And so we, each and every year, there's something different.
Okay.
Our residents are recognized for excellence. There's a lot of talent here in Cayman. I keep saying this, and it's for us to look at our neighbor, look at our family, look at our friends, look at acquaintances, and say, you know what, you're really good at something. Not to say that this is a participation award. Let me be very clear on that.
Right.
Because that does happen in this day and age. The criteria is very strict.
Okay.
And if there's a certain threshold that isn't met, obviously, not to say the person isn't deserving, but there has to be a minimum standard, because this is a national event, and we only have three of them per year. So receiving an award of national importance should mean something, and it has meant something.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to the Powerhouse Women one when that's put in.
Speaking into existence.
I'm just saying, you know.
Speaking into existence.
It's amazing, right? Mm-hmm. But this year,
Yes.
You have 3 categories as you
We
do each year. And what
we
are
do.
those categories?
So the 3 categories. So the overall theme. So let's just backtrack for a sec. Is celebrating cultural artists and creatives. So that's the theme. Well, that was decided in 2023. We're now celebrating and doing the ceremony in 2024. But to answer what you just said, so there are indeed 3 categories: cherished classics, cultural luminaries, and cultural heritage groups. So between those 3 categories, they then dwell down into subsections as to what each nominee will get recognized for.
Okay.
So cherished classics is actually the highest. It's actually the most restrictive, and it was limited to 14. So it was the National Heroes Day Committee did an excellent job, having to swift through how do we make determinations as to who can fit that category. And that category is cultural luminary, and you had to have 20 plus years of experience, excelled in artistic and creative work, produced artistic and creative work, strictly aiming to integrate, preserve, bring awareness, and educate on the culture and heritage of the Cayman Islands. So while that may seem broad-based, you also had to have to receive an award by an accredited and recognized body in the Cayman Islands or internationally for the artistic work that's reflective of our culture and heritage in Cayman. So it's not just not to say that artists, can't do that, because we do have some very young Biden artists up and coming as well. I think this is the opportunity for a passing, as we discussed, Gen Z, Gen X. Sorry, my apologies. Gen X.
You were not
X,
Z.
My sisters, my cousins are Gen X, so I do apologize. Going over to millennials, so it's a passing.
We feel and look like Z.
I got you.
But we're X.
I agree. Hey.
We're holding up good.
Right.
Trust me.
But it's a passing the buck of sorts. So it's a good recognition to see, again, in the theme, when you think the overall what National Hero Days encompasses, laying the foundation. So these are people who, as Mr. Darwin here himself, 20 plus years, that's not anything to scuff about. That's a long time of selfless dedication to put yourself forward into something you really enjoy. And obviously, other people have also recognized that in some level and in our capacity. So it's been amazing.
And as you were saying that, I was, I don't know, are you Darwin? No.
Dale.
We're correcting you. Yeah, because I know it wasn't Darwin. I know it's Dale, absolutely. But I just wanted to make sure, let's keep who was in the room,
Okay,
right? But that's cool. We got it. But as I was listening to you, I was thinking about the numbers that you told me for those categories.
Yes.
And when you mentioned the cultural luminaries and saying that they had been recognized by a body of work or whatever, at 89, you gave me that number, like 89, really.
Can't name drop.
No, but that's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
And it just further presents what I've said earlier, that there's a lot of expertise here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of creatives here that just embody what it is to be Cayman, and it's something to be proud of. It's something that we should openly embrace.
Okay, so I got 2 questions. So one is the numbers that you gave me, right, for the cherished classics, the cultural luminaries, and the cultural heritage groups. Now, were there more people that was nominated, and these were the people who came out of it? That's the first question. And the second question is, I'm sure the listening, audience will agree, that sometimes when we see these sorts of things happening, we're always kind of thinking, well, how are they nominated? Like, where do you hear about this? How do you get involved with the nomination process? Because sometimes people will say, well, I didn't know this was happening.
No, great question. Yeah. Great question.
So those are 2 questions.
All right. So the first part of the question, yes. So the protocol office.
This is the hot seat day, by the way.
I realize that, but that's okay. Hey, if you can't manage to stay at the kitchen, right? No, that's fine. So protocol office, we have normally have a representative who sits on the National Heroes Day Committee. I've had a member of my team, I just want to give a shout out to her, Miss Keely Ebanks, who's done a fantastic job sitting in, providing feedback and expertise from on behalf of protocol. But to answer your question, yes, we did receive more nominations than the total number that have been presented or who will be nominated. Simply, again, when the National Heroes Day Committee was formed, there was a very strict criteria put in place. Now, for whatever reason, if a nomination was put forward, if it did not meet that criteria, the nomination was either deferred, where additional information could be asked, or it was just don't want to use the word necessarily dismissed, but it just didn't match the criteria needed for that particular award. And what was the second question again? Just so we're clear.
Oh, I don't know. I forget.
How the nomination process? How do you know that these things are happening so you can nominate?
Yes. Okay, so the
thank you, Alfonso.
Because
what happens is I'll get Susan talking in my ear while you're talking, and then I'm supposed to hear two people in there.
No. So the nomination. So good question. So Miss Susan, she's blazing you up too. So it's not just me.
Yeah, she wants a break. So quickly, and we're going to take a quick break.
All right. So the nominations took place in September 2023. It was open for 7 weeks. Prior to that, the National Heroes Day Committee, in conjunction with the former Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage, ran adverts, put out placements at the library. The nominations were done electronically. Numerous ads were put out on social media.
Right.
So there was a
lot
major
has been
blast,
done.
Yes, to put it out.
So if you haven't heard, well.
Yeah. So the nomination period is closed, and that's something we're trying our best to uphold now. That once that is closed, then that's it.
Okay. Does the committee change? Like the choosing committee?
So the committees put forward, nominations are put forward on behalf of Cabinet. Cabinet then approves who the committee members are. Our ministry puts forward, Cabinet approves, and that's how that process works.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but I will be bringing you gentlemen in, the other two that are with me, so just get ready, because I want to know, what your role in this is, Alfonso. Obviously, we wanted to get some details about Heroes Day, the award ceremony and everything, and obviously, Jamal, that's you to answer those questions. But we're going to continue this conversation. Of course, if you have a question or you'd like to make a comment, you can always give us a call or WhatsApp, and I'll give you those numbers when we get back. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Talk Today.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. For all occasions and celebrations, let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I go in flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Welcome to a new year with Digicel. Elevate your mobile experience by switching to our prepaid or postpaid plans. Enjoy more data, seamless communication, and uninterrupted entertainment. Plus, make the switch now for a chance to win exciting rewards. Stay connected, entertained, and make 2024 your year with Digicel. Because better connections make a better year.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
February 14th. Not only is it Valentine's Day, but also the 55th Annual Agricultural Show returns to the Stacy Watler Pavilion in Lower Valley. Save the date, Ash Wednesday, February 14th. Fellas, you know what she wants? More plants. Ladies, you know what he wants? The food. And what better way to tire the kids out before Valentine's date night than at Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day. The 55th Annual Agricultural Show returns to the Stacy Watler Pavilion in Lower Valley, Wednesday, February 14th. For more information, visit them on Facebook or caymanagriculture.ky.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewel. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon and chatting about National Heroes Day. There's going to be a great celebration happening on Holiday Monday, this coming Monday, the 22nd, right? And there will be the award ceremony in the morning, but there's also going to be the big thing going on in the afternoon. So I'm joined by Jamal Anderson, who's from the Protocol Office. He's acting chief of protocol, as well as Mr. Alfonso Wright, who's the executive chairman for Celebrate Cayman. And that's on behalf of the Ministry of Culture, and Mr. Dale Ramon, who is the chairman of the Heritage Day Committee. And we have not heard from these gentlemen yet, other than Jamal. So we want to bring them into the conversation. So, Alfonso, let's talk about Celebrate Cayman. That's also something that came about when? How long has that been going on?
Well, Celebrate Cayman is new, so to speak. We were established in 2018 when the government wanted to celebrate the 60th anniversary of our coat of arms and the 60th anniversary of our first written constitution. So we were set up for about an 18-month period, and then other things happened. We had a royal visit. We had the Platinum Jubilee. We had the King's coronation, and we honored our seafarers. That took a couple of years to get that all done. Still working on that, actually. So there are a couple of projects that we have going on in the background, but that's basically what Celebrate Cayman has done. We work under the ambit of the Cabinet Secretary, who is a chief officer in the Premier's office, so to speak, is what we do. So since 2018, we've been here. We've changed a little bit, but we're still working, still getting things done. And in special occasions like this, we will be called in sometimes to assist other departments with events, like we're doing now. This is a Ministry of Culture event, but we are assisting them with the celebration event that's happening on Monday afternoon. So usually there's a pretty big event for the morning activities, and at times we are honoring 200-300 people out there. There have been occasions where it's been over 400 people that have been honored on the National Heroes Day. So the government has been working, trying to, kind of fine-tune that a little bit, because you spend a lot of hours out there in the hot sun at times. People are sitting up on that hot stage without any cover for hours at a time.
Right.
So it's down now to just under 150 recipients for this year's event.
Okay.
But things are evolving. Government, they want to do things a little bit different, and rather than try to continue putting people through that long event in the mornings, they're doing the ceremony at 9 o'clock, hoping that takes maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, rather than 4 or 5. And then we'll allow people to go home and then come back out now in the afternoon and have a celebration that goes into the night. And some of the guidelines that we have is that a lot of times we will do these National Heroes Day events, and this is for service, for sports, for uniform services, and we just call names. And many times, people in the community don't know some of these individuals or what they did.
Right.
So they're wanting to do it a little bit different now, where we want to involve the people who are the recipients who have been honored in the morning in the afternoon events.
Okay.
So, for instance, Mr. Dale Ramon is here. He is the chairperson for the Georgetown Heritage Day Committee. And the Georgetown Heritage Day Committee is one of the entities that's being honored. So we have invited all the Heritage Day Committee to either do a booth, a display, or provide food for the event.
Okay.
And so Georgetown is one of the committees that took up the challenge and will be providing food for the event. Now, the food will be on sale this time in the afternoon because the government also wants to take the opportunities like these to help these committees raise necessary funds to keep going to continue the good work that they're doing in the communities. Mr. Dale can talk to you about that a little later on.
Right.
But the Georgetown Committee in particular is an extremely active and very efficient machine. They do a lot of events in the community that people look forward to on an annual basis.
Right.
So stop me when you need to.
Keep going. I'll stop you.
So
I got Susan looking at me again.
We have this event that starts at 4, and so we're doing. We have two co-hosts, Mona Lisa Tatum Mead and Jevi Ebanks will be on stage, but we have things going on like Aunt Suki and Ezekiel. They're also recipients.
Okay, nice.
We have, these are not recipients, but we have Radiance Dance Studio, who will be doing a plat pole type dance, which is another one of Cayman old tradition of plat and pole deal that used to happen, especially in the outer districts. Used to happen in Georgetown as well.
Okay.
Where the legislative assembly is now, Princess Margaret Parker. I sometimes get that wrong.
Princess Margaret Parker, I think that was.
A lot of plat and pole stuff used to go on. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of plat and pole stuff used to go on there on special events. Cayman Folk Singers, iconic group. They're also performing. They're also recipients of an award. We have Miss Reba Dilbert, who will be displaying 2 of her award-winning costumes. She's also a recipient. And they will be walking around. They'll be on stage, but they'll also be walking around and allowing people to take photos and stuff with them during the day.
All right.
We have Randy and Nazaria Shillette, who are part of Native Sons. And Native Sons have been recognized as well. And they will be doing a piece on stage with Nazaria doing poems and story and Randy beating the drum. But also at the beginning of the event at 4 o'clock, Randy starts a drum circle along Cardinal Avenue as well, where he's inviting, I think they can manage up to 20 people.
Yes.
Who they have a core group that will start a drum circle. People can come with their drums, just sit down and become part of the beat and have this drum circle going.
Sounds awesome.
So this is an invitation to people who would like to do that. Take advantage of this opportunity and come out with your drum.
With your drum.
45 minutes after they start is when Nazaria will go on stage, and we're going to do something a little special with that, with the drums. I won't say any more about that right now, but people can look forward to the drum circle being a big
I'm
part
excited because it's making you smile.
Well,
so I'm like, we got to go to this thing.
Also, we'll have a DJ who will fill in some of these spots here, Josh Hamilton. We also have the Impulse Band out of Bontown, Rex and his crew, and Swanky Kitchen Band, who is a recipient as well, will be on stage performing as well, and Regeneration Band will be a part of the entertainment.
That's down to the party time now.
That's later on. Right. And of course we have fireworks. Fireworks will be at about 7:50.
Okay.
We didn't want to do it too early because there's some people that want to stay for the fireworks,
Yeah.
and then they're gone. So we don't hold them there as long as we can, but we're mindful that children go to school in the morning.
When does it finish?
It'll finish probably around 8:30 or so.
Oh, okay.
Regeneration Band will go on about right around 8 o'clock, and they'll play for a half hour,
so
45 minutes. So it's not going
to be too turned up.
No.
It'll start turning down at a good hour.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
But I'd like to remind people there's no alcohol at this event. It's family friendly.
Okay.
Children can come out and have their fun.
Sounds like a great lineup.
Seafarers Way will not be blocked.
Yes.
But when the time comes for the fireworks, police will be there to stop traffic so people can go across the street on the breakwater and watch and then come back.
Okay,
That's
great.
the only period that we're going to be
All
closing
right.
their road.
I'm going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
I'll take a quick break.
Sure.
I'm coming back, and you will continue with your thought. We'll be right back with more Talk Today.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Welcome to a new year with Digicel. Elevate your mobile experience by switching to our prepaid or postpaid plans. Enjoy more data, seamless communication, and uninterrupted entertainment. Plus, make the switch now for a chance to win exciting rewards. Stay connected, entertained, and make 2024 your year with Digicel. Because better connections make a better year.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Yes, what's on your mind, Cayman? What's on our mind this afternoon on Talk Today is National Heroes Day. Catherine Tyson Sewel, I am your guest host sitting in for Sterling this afternoon, and we are having a conversation about Holiday Monday coming up this Monday, January 22nd. In the morning is going to be the awards ceremony at 9 a.m. and then on to the celebration in the afternoon on Cardinal Avenue. Yes.
Correct. You got it correct.
Yes. And I'm sitting here with Jamal Anderson, who's acting chief of protocol, as well as Mr. Alfonso Wright, executive chairman for Celebrate Cayman, and Mr. Dale Ramon, who is the chairman of the Heritage Day Committee. Now, you were finishing your thought. In Georgetown, yes. You were finishing your thought, Alfonso, because I want to bring in Mr. Dale to talk a little bit about some of the things that he's been doing for 25 plus years.
Yeah, well, I won't be long. So while the food items will be on sale, the mean food as we would call it, there are things that we're going to also be doing that will be free especially for children. Face painting, balloon maker will be there. We'll have some art and stuff done. With children, cotton candy and snow cone stations will be done, and that'll be a giveaway for the children.
Okay.
Part of the booth is going to be there. Well, I say it for the children, but if an adult wants something, we'll give it to them too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we get in the lines with the kids.
Part of the booth will be there with that we can take photos, and they will have screens that will connect with our Cayman dress code. The other thing is we're encouraging people to dress in whatever they consider their Cayman traditional dresses.
Oh.
Come out there.
Okay. So you're encourage that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
We're going to have three domino tables. Anybody that want to play, that's fine.
I think you need more than 3.
We had 2 the last time we had an event like this.
Yes.
So we added 1 this time. So
okay.
We'll see how it's going. Maybe next time we'll add 1 more.
Yeah, because that's a big thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guess what? I learned how to give a 6 during COVID. I didn't know. I did not know how to play dominoes. Yeah, okay. My husband, who's from Jamaica, taught me, and I beat him sometimes. No, I got pulled back the beating sometimes, but yes, I actually know how to play dominoes.
Dale, you want set up a game here now?
A challenge. I don't want to take y'all down.
Challenge,
Be careful, guys. You don't understand.
I can't stand the coding though.
Yeah, I can read them now
right.
too.
So we have Georgetown and we have and Barton will be providing food stalls, and again, like I said, this was set up in a way that in the last few National Heroes Day events, it was kind of open catering to vendors, and government would just pay vendors money, and they would give away the food.
Okay.
They're not doing that,
this
time,
year.
But they're doing it in a way to help the district committees to raise funds. And while we contacted everybody, not everybody could participate this time. So maybe next year, if we can use this format again, we'll have a little bit more time, and people will be a little bit better prepared to deal with this.
Okay.
Northside, for instance, we'll be doing all the desserts and fruit juices, and so on. So we've got Georgetown, Bordentown, and Northside. West Bay not doing any food, but they're doing a large cultural display.
Okay, nice.
As well.
So you try to involve every district with something
as best as we can.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, some of them had little difficulty coming in and participating this time, but
yeah.
But it's an open invitation. There's no fee to get in. Everybody come, enjoy yourselves, come and spend some time, even if you can't spend the whole 4.5 hours out there with us. It's a holiday. There is a cruise ship in, but it leaves at 4.
Okay.
So because it's being a holiday, I know some of the stores along Cardinal Avenue will be open, but after they will close, I'm sure, after 4. And so parking is kind of wide open for people coming into town in the Monday holiday.
What about chairs? Do you have places that people can sit? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, there will be some chairs around. One of the things that we did the last time we had an event like this, we had some rocking chairs out there.
Okay.
But the company that we rented them from don't have them anymore.
Oh, okay.
So we only found that out a few days ago, but we were
massive though. You can get some chairs.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say no more.
Yeah.
I say they don't have them anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it's a wholesome event, wholesome afternoon. It's a good cause. It's an opportunity for us to mingle and chat with some of our cultural icons. Mr. Darwin, your uncle,
right.
Darwin, our chief pirate, is going to be there in his pirate regalia along with some of his.
For those who didn't know, That's my uncle. So put my business on the road.
Yeah, well, I think
you'll be all right.
That's my uncle. Okay. For the people who question whether or not I'm Caymanian, this generation. There you go.
Yeah, so he will be there, walking around in his regalia for people to approach him and talk to him and take photos.
Yes,
with him. So come out.
It sounds awesome. Yeah. Cardinal Avenue is so beautiful too, with the whole project. Yeah, it's amazing.
Awesome
yes,
it really
it's
awesome.
And I'm very excited about it, and I'm glad that we're utilizing it, and we should continue. That's awesome. Now, Dale, we're going to bring you into the conversation a little bit. Now, we're gonna be breaking for news in a bit, but you've been doing this for 20-something years. This is exciting. I know that your Georgetown ladies are ready with the pots to cook up that storm and bring some real good Caymanian food, yes?
Well, in that particular area right now, we got a guy by the name of Whitey, Hartwell-Muffield. He'll be taking care of the food, him and his crew. So he will be providing those food thing for us on our behalf, the community itself behalf. But in relation to Georgetown Heritage Day, it's a part of Central Scranton Community Committee. It's a branch, when we formed this whole organization 20 plus years ago, we encompass all of those things where we does a lot of community work and a lot of the activities to encourage the community members to be more involved with community services and so forth. We started with various cleanup around a place that we had a park, which is now the Central Park, now that we are now working at now. So that is our base that we started from. And then as years went by, each year when we see a need to do, we go around to people's homes and assist them with cleanup, repairs, and so forth. And that's what we've been doing all along. In celebration time, we will normally, Christmas time and Mother's Day time, especially Father's Day time, we does event that will, especially on Mother's Day. Our Mother's Day is our biggest event on an annual basis. And a lot of people from various part of the country, the community, various communities come in and get involved. And, we have a great time. It's a successful event. Our Father's Day event, not that big as the Mother's Day, but, we do try to create activities and so forth for the fathers and, in the community to get involved and to showcase their fatherhood, in terms of being good fathers and good citizens of the community and the country on the whole. So, we're grateful to be recognized for trying to continue with the cultural stuff within our country because it's fading away very fast, and whatever we can do from a community standpoint to try to bring some of that back, that is our objectives, to try to do that and things like that. So
right, for sure.
Georgetown also does take part in the float parade and Empire Speak.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a big part of what
always.
Yeah, yes. That's a very competitive time of the year, when we got to compete against all the districts.
Yeah.
As East End used to be our greatest rival, because, Alvin, who was there before, he has get it up right now, but we now fare off against Aden and Kendall, so they're great competitors. All the other districts are very competitive, but
like
they have been
competitive,
yeah, it's
right?
fun, and it's I like the idea of when the community itself does the work, create the theme that has been displayed to be done, and because it shows what the young man there said before, the creativity of our people, we can create some good stuff, and I like when the districts can create those things on their own behalf rather than get the outside source to help them with things, you see.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I'm very competitive about, and respect in a lot of ways. So.
Yeah, well, I'm, just growing up in Georgetown, at the end of the day, whenever other districts brag about themselves, all I had to say was, I'm a towner, and then they just backed off. Because when you say that, that's fighting words. Because town people don't play. They're coming to win, and it's always fun, but it's always like they're heart and soul is put into it, and that's really what's great about it. We're going to take a quick break. I will come back to close off this conversation with you gentlemen if you'll stay with me, but we'll take a quick break for the news, and we'll be back with more Talk Today.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
Police are asking anyone who may have been the victim of a rental scam to come forward. This after a 42-year-old West Bay woman was arrested over the weekend following reports of obtaining property by deception. According to the reports, an ad was placed online offering a property for rent in Prospect. The victim contacted the party listed, even made a deposit, but then suddenly the seller stopped responding. The property then popped up again as available for rent, leading them to believe they had been scammed. Police believe there may have been others who fell victim to this rental scam and are encouraging them to report the matter to police. If you have any information on this or any other financial scam, contact the Georgetown Police Station at 949-4222. In international headlines, U.S. President Joe Biden heads to North Carolina to highlight $82 million in new investments that would connect 16,000 households and businesses to high-speed internet. Biden's re-election campaign has made winning North Carolina and its 16 electoral votes one of its top priorities in this year's presidential election. The Democrat narrowly lost the state in 2020 by 1.34 percentage points to then-President Donald Trump, the current Republican frontrunner, in what will likely be a political rematch in 2024. A Russian city near the Ukrainian border cancels its traditional Orthodox Epiphany festivities on Friday due to the threat of attacks, as Kyiv's forces pursue a new strategy with the war now approaching its 2-year milestone. The city of Belgrade has scrapped events in which the faithful plunge into ponds and pools through holes in the ice every January 19th. This, according to the state news agency TASS, citing the Regional Emergencies Ministry. The annual celebrations are widespread in Russia. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Stella, Daisy, and Crichton, 1909 to 1973. Stella Crichton, fondly known as Star or Nurse Star, was a nurse and midwife at the Georgetown Hospital from the 1930s to 1962. She loved taking care of people and took pride in nursing her patients back to health. Star was also secretary to Owen Roberts, who started the first civil air service to the island. After her retirement from the hospital, she assisted her son Rex in his business and continued to practice private nursing. She was an active member of Savannah Presbyterian Church, where she was an elder, Sunday school teacher, and choir member. The Sunday school nursery was named in her honor. She was a founding member of the Red Cross and was its secretary, and secretary for the Women's Guild for many years.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land. Explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewel. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon and just wrapping up this conversation about the National Heroes Day celebration, which will include the award ceremony as usual, 9 o'clock. But also, what are we calling that in the afternoon?
It's the National Heroes Day celebration event.
Okay. All right. And that's going to start at 4 on Cardinal Avenue. And that sounds like that's going to be very exciting. We do have a caller, so I'll go straight to the phones and then we'll come back to wrap up the conversation. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk today.
Good afternoon. Just one quick observation here. The process of these recipients becoming eligible, there's I think a criteria in there where it says that they have to have received an award prior. Now, looking at that, you're probably eliminating 25-30% of the people who might have been eligible for these accolades at the beginning. And I say this because, the seafarers community, and we can go way back to all this, there were great, I'd call them great, really expert artists in that community who, during those days, they had they didn't get any credit for it. And I think some of their art probably is still around, maybe in a museum, maybe even the art gallery. But they used to paint beautiful scenes, Eiffel Tower, wherever, and Cayman scenes. And those folks, with that process, has been totally eliminated from the ground. Oh, that's just an observation.
Oh, and thank you so much for that call this afternoon and that notable observation.
Definitely.
And I think you were mentioning that. I heard it when you were talking about the cultural luminaries.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, that's definitely a great point.
It's a good observation to take on board. I mean, there will be other opportunities as well. I mean, at the same time, I definitely respect and take on board what was mentioned by the caller. I'm also very cognizant of the fact that we can't give everyone awards at one particular ceremony.
Right.
There will be other opportunities again to put forward a particular nomination. Definitely don't want to discourage that at all. The more nominations received, the better. Obviously, the criteria was set. I don't have all the details in front of me right now, so apologies. I can't confirm or deny at this moment if that element that the caller mentioned was included or was part of the nomination process.
Right.
So
I mean, because you mentioned it when you were talking about it, so it is somewhere there.
Okay.
But what I was thinking as they were speaking, the caller was speaking, is that he particularly mentioned the seafarers.
Yes.
So I'm thinking when we're recognizing the seafarers, that might be an opportunity to include some type of cultural award during that time as well, because that's something that might not you're not paying attention to at that particular time. You know what I mean? If we're talking about that particular
Mr.
demographic.
Fonso, correct me. I think we did Seafarers 2020.
Yeah, we did. Seafarers were done 2020.
Well, was there like a cultural?
No, it was just for their contributions to nation building.
Okay, all right.
So,
just
there will be other
about
opportunities.
That
Again, not to just throw off what the caller is saying, but
very good.
Right.
Very, very valid point to take.
And it's good when the general public is paying attention.
Yes, definitely.
Because we can't we don't know everything. We can't do it all, and it's good when everybody all hands on deck type of thing.
Exactly.
We did want to wrap it up with you telling us about the awards.
Yeah,
what
definitely.
they get, and I know some things you can't tell us.
No. So for each category, as I mentioned earlier, there's an award that's bestowed upon them. So the National Heroes Day, in addition to getting a certificate, has created an insignia, which we do each and every year. That insignia is unique for this year as well. That is part and parcel provided to each awardee. What that comes in may vary. I remember the top group. So just to remind us of the groups, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you remember the first group?
What, the Cherished Classics?
There we go.
The
Now,
cultural luminaries.
I'm just having you work with me.
And the cultural heritage sport. I'm doing my job.
Yeah. so the first group, the Cherished Classics, They're limited to 14, as I mentioned before. So their award will include some aspect of the insignia. I'm not going to say what, but a certificate as well. The cultural luminaries get a certificate and the insignia. So every group gets an insignia in some form or another. So it is definitely something to behold, and it's something that you place and you wear proudly. We are part of National Heroes Day because, as you mentioned before, it's been going on since 2009. You will have some recipients who have received numerous awards. So we encourage, as part of protocol, to wear, what's been bestowed upon them.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely. I will.
It's an honor, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll close by saying I know the event, I've indicated the event starts at 9. We are asking people to be seated by 8:30. The parade marches on Hero Square.
So not 9 o'clock Cayman time.
Yes. So I would say 8:15 Cayman time
Come on.
to get people out there. But you will.
It starts at 7, guys.
Yeah, you will realistically to be seated by 8:30. Or otherwise you will run into interference of the parade as it marches onto Hero Square. And the number one golden rule we have about a parade when it's going through its motions, you can't cross the parade. All right, so I'm gonna just encourage for those members of the public and to come out to support your the awardees as well.
And anyone can come out.
Yes, it's open to the public.
All right.
In addition to that, so once Hero Day concludes, what we normally do have as well is within Constitution Hall. So that's Town Hall for those who know the name change. In Georgetown, we do have a display up of the theme, and again the theme for the year. And what we're encouraging this year in particular, and it's just a nice added treat, is there will be a book signing of the National Heroes book. The author is Miss Camille Angel, and the illustrator is Mr. Brian Walter Jr. So come out and encourage them as well. So this is a further element of building and enhancing what it is to have Cayman culture.
Very nice.
And just lastly, there'll be opportunities to take pictures with the premier and or the Minister for Culture as well, because they'll be situated in there. There's a backdrop where you can take pictures also. So it's a nice opportunity.
Museum.
And yes, he's put me on the spot.
Yeah.
So
he's put his mic down.
I know. Just mic dropping over here.
Right.
And yes, since we're putting plugs out there, so the museum has come in the back end to work with us. So from the event in the afternoon, the museum has decided to open its doors from 4 to 7 p.m. Free entry.
Oh, how nice.
Right, and it's right there, right down the road from Cardinal Avenue, and they will be showcasing one of our national heroes. So it's a really added treat that you get. Everything here, it is a wholehearted day about Caymanians, what it is to be Cayman culture, Cayman heritage, the food, the gathering of people, the playing of music. It's just an amalgamation of
how
of
nice.
us.
It's going to be great. I am very excited. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. And it was a great conversation, and I'm really excited about Holiday Monday and, being able to celebrate our heroes as well as, enjoy ourselves together as a people. And can I say, Jamal, that when every time you're talking, I'm thinking of that little kid that was in that wedding with me that was the ring bearer.
Long time ago.
Yeah, you're growing up nicely.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Proud of you.
It's always a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, I'm that age where I remind people of when they were 5.
Was she the flower girl?
Huh?
Oh my God! Thank you, Alfonso. Thank you. You get an award today. I was the maid of honor. I was a big woman. But yeah, it's just really, really nice that we're all working together for our country.
That's right.
And just ensuring that we are recognizing people that have done really great things, and just continue to educate people about who we are as a people and what we are, because, we get lost sometimes with, everybody kind of coming in and doing their thing and bringing their cultures, but to keep ours alive is so important. So, my hat goes off to all of you gentlemen. Thank you for your part in it. I was talking to Jamal Anderson. He's acting chief of protocol. Thank you for all that you do, as well as Alfonso Wright, the executive chairman for Celebrate Cayman. On behalf of the Ministry of Culture, thank you. And Mr. Dale Ramon for your 20-something years as chairman of Heritage Day Committee, Georgetown, being a recipient of the cultural heritage groups. But just holding it down, being like a Chief Towner. I like that.
That's a nice title.
Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Looking forward to seeing everyone. You can hold us all if we all show up.
If they said,
yeah,
they build
absolutely.
It. If they build it, they
will find space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they'll find space.
Make space.
They'll make space.
All right, good. Very excited. Looking forward to it. National Heroes Day award ceremony starts at 7. Wink, wink. Really, it's 9, but you got to be in the seats by 8:30. And you'll also want to join for the celebration in the afternoon starting at 4. And the National Museum will be open until 7.
Yes.
And fireworks and all that good stuff. Very excited. Thank you all so much. And thank you listeners for joining me. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Welcome to a new year with Digicel. Elevate your mobile experience by switching to our prepaid or postpaid plans. Enjoy more data, seamless communication, and uninterrupted entertainment. Plus, make the switch now for a chance to win exciting rewards. Stay connected, entertained, and make 2024 your year with Digicel. Because better connections make a better year.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
A CUC energy saving tip. In the summer months, your AC can account for nearly 70% of your energy bill. Ensure that your AC is serviced every 3 months to ensure that it runs as efficiently as possible. With CUC, you've got the power.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You don't sound too good there, Bobo.
Yeah, you know how it is. With the kids back in school, every other week they coming out with something, and then I catch it.
Sound like it catch you. But for real, brother, flu season is here and COVID is still around. You gotta stock up on things like medicine, vitamins, and minerals for you and the kids. You know what they say, prevention is better than cure.
At ValueMed, our pharmacists can help manage flu symptoms and provide guidance on vitamins and minerals to best support you and your family's overall health. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Town, or WhatsApp your questions and prescription refills to ValueMed on Walkers Road at 926-1662 or WhatsApp ValueMed in Town at 916-5511. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
In 2022, 15 people lost their lives on Cayman's roads, and 2,915 road traffic collisions resulted in 32 serious injuries.
So far in 2023, 9 more people fell victim to road fatalities.
Parents lost sons and daughters.
Children lost their mothers, fathers, and caregivers.
Young lives were ended before they even began, and stories were cut short before they could be told.
But what if?
We learned to share the road.
We stopped texting and driving.
We did not let our friends drive after a few drinks.
What if we just took the time to slow down and think?
What if, as a community, we rose to the challenge of keeping our roads safe? What if we came together to stop these accidents and fatalities?
What if we all walked the road to zero and decided no more in 2024?
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewel. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. Awesome conversation with National Heroes Day, talking about the award ceremony and the celebration in the afternoon. Excited about that. That's on Monday. And we are now joined again by a great thing happening in the community. This is the 82nd anniversary of Triple C School. That's awesome. And I have the chairman of the board of directors, Mr. Roy Bodden, who's in with me, as well as Ms. Tanya Knight, who is the principal of Triple C. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely. I read it and I was like, hey, I graduated from Triple C. What's happening? Tell me what's going on. This is amazing. Who's going to start?
You want to take that, Brother Roy?
Okay, well, Triple C School, we're celebrating 82 years of continuous education. Triple C School is the oldest secondary school in the Cayman Islands, offering 82 years of continuous education.
Yeah.
So we think this is a great time to celebrate, and we are having a fundraising gala on the 27th of January.
All right.
And the tickets are $75. They can be had at the office at Triple C. I have a book of tickets selling too on the road. But people can get them at the office of Triple C. And that evening, we're going to have an amazing menu. Crab, conch, turtle, chicken.
He's speaking the language that we want to hear, by the way.
Yeah. And then we're going to have entertainment with the Triple C band is going to perform. We're going to have elements of their choir. We're going to have Swanky.
That's nice.
Swanky band.
Yeah, because Samuel would have graduated from there as well.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So we're looking forward, and we're also celebrating our success in the recent schools examination. Of course, Triple C School, we had a challenge, and so we came out of that challenge with a satisfactory grade. So we believe that is reason for us to thank the Lord and celebrate. So this is part of it. So we're looking forward. We're hoping we can get great support. And what a pleasant surprise!
Yes.
To know that I should have figured out a dynamic young lady like you. I should have figured you have had to come from Triple C.
Had to, right? Let me tell you, that is so interesting because just this past weekend, like literally this past weekend, I was looking at my album from high school, and I was looking at the little yearbook stuff. I literally was looking at it. I was reading all the stuff that I wrote, as an 18-year-old, graduating, and just thinking about, how I have stayed on track or how I have veered off of some of the stuff. And that is just amazing. And I was actually reading, Mr. Bodden, you'll be interested to know this. I was reading that I wanted to be a social worker. Can you believe it? That's crazy, right? And I wanted to do radio.
Oh, whoa.
Amazing. So at this age, I'm looking like, wow. So I'm always telling people, say it. Put it into the atmosphere. Talk about it, because I've been talking about this from I was 17, 18, and that's exactly what happened in my life. So that's definitely. Amazing. So this is really just something that I think is amazing. It's exciting. And a lot of us have come through the doors of Truth for Youth, Triple C, these institutions that not only are educational, but they're also very Christian based. Absolutely. And I think that kind of sets you up a foundation for your life.
Absolutely. And just to segue a little bit, Brother Roy was talking about our satisfactory from the Office of Educational Standards. And the one thing that they said when they walked through the door, they said, what is this?
Right.
They felt the welcome, they felt the calm. And when they walked through the hallways and met the students, they were able to say, there is something going on here. And I think that attributed to, us not just being prepared, but look at this, we're running into some dynamic people. And that's what Triple C does.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm very excited. I'm getting goose pimples. So tell me about this gala. Where is it going to be? Okay. And what, other than the crab and all the stuff you told, which I'm already sold on the plate, but where is it going to be, and how can people really just get more information about it?
Okay, so we are active on Instagram and Facebook. So it's
Give us your handles.
Okay, so it's Triple C School.
Okay,
Triple C
great.
School.
Easy
Once you
to
plug
find.
that in, Triple C School KY, you will find it on either platform. But it's going to be at the Family Life Center, once again, January 27th.
Nice.
And I had to laugh when we were listening to the previous episode that you were doing when you talked about time. So it's starts at 5:30.
Yeah.
Wink,
Wink.
Okay.
Exactly. You might get them there at 7.
Oh, then let me say 4:30.
Don't tell them the time.
So it will be at the Family Life Center, which is on Academy Way.
I say Kimanians, it's a suggestion. If you tell them 7, I guess we can get there. So definitely.
Yeah.
What time does the food actually start being served, though?
6:30.
That's a good. That's good information.
Seated by 6.
Yeah.
And we serve by 6:30.
So you can get there 8 if you want, but the food's gonna be served at 6:30.
You may be saying good night. You get there at 8.
Exactly. Well, that's awesome. So and that goes until about what time then?
About 8:30.
Yeah.
8:30.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. I mean, I'm there. I have to look at my calendar, but I can't miss this. This is going to be amazing. How many people are you really expecting, or are you prepared to accommodate? Because there could be you could get a full house
We're
there.
for 400.
Oh, all right. There you go.
Prepared for 400, and we're expecting 398.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Just this morning, I spoke to one of my dear friends, and she was a Triple C graduate, maybe in the 70s.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, might be like 72.
Wow.
She was, she's always telling me she was like salutatorian, so she talks about that all the time, you know. So I'm gonna let her know. I might actually bring her.
Triple C has some dynamic graduates.
You have no idea. This is serious stuff.
That's great. So we were meant to be here today. Right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would say that.
That's
I would say that.
Absolutely.
Being hosted by one of our own.
Yes.
What better can you get? Praise the Lord.
I'm excited. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And of course I can't discount my John Gray days too, because I did go through the government system also. But at the time, I had just returned, I think, from the U.S. And so I went to Cayman Islands High, and then I was 15 and graduated high school. My mother was like, "You're not going on any street at 15 because you don't know nothing." Right. And so I ended up at Triple C for 2 years, which is awesome. So just an example of also options still that people might have now, because they are graduating high school far too young, I think, and you're not ready. You're not ready for the world yet. Right. And so I think, like you were saying, when it comes to what's being taught there, it's far, kind of goes beyond just academic.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely. Right. And in something that you just said, just triggered something in my memory. I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what Triple C does. They say, okay, it's a Christian institution. We understand that. But we are accredited by ACSI, which is our accrediting body. And that means that the diplomas that students receive from Triple C School, they can go to any schools, not just U.S., because we are U.S. Curriculum, but U.S. schools in the U.K., former graduates. I'm sitting right across from one, right?
Right.
But for instance, the class of 2023, we have students who are in the U.K. and they're doing phenomenal jobs. We have students who are in the U.S. One particular student, they looked at her transcript and she actually could not take the classes that they offer freshmen. They actually had to place her in a class or classes for sophomores because she already knew, she knew her stuff. So, it's competitive, highly competitive, and I don't think many people actually understand or realize that you can have Christian education and excellence in education. They go hand in hand.
Absolutely. And I absolutely believe that, especially with the fact that you do have smaller classes.
Correct.
And I think that's just like a recipe for success sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, we like the bigger numbers and we like, it brings in more revenue, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's harder to manage. Right. And so, when you have a class that I was counting, my graduating class at the time was 21. It was 22 of us, but one was going back to finish year 12 again. Okay. So it was 21. And now what are your graduating class numbers now?
Same about, I think our last graduating class was large because at that time we had two 12th grade classes, so we're combining them. But our class sizes do not go beyond 24, 25.
And that's awesome. That's the beauty, right, of success sometimes too, because, teachers have time for each student as opposed to, you got 30, 40 plus students in one class. It's almost impossible. Well, you're a teacher, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I've been at Triple-C School for 9 years. This is my first year as principal. But even in looking at the students, the graduating class of 2023, I had them since 4th grade.
Right.
So it was amazing watching the maturity, watching how they came through, how they faced the obstacles versus their peers.
Right.
How they were actually a community and a family. So you're absolutely right, the smaller class sizes. This year we capped in an elementary class at 27 because we had parents who were like, listen, You've got to fit my child.
You got to take my child.
And couldn't say no,
Yes.
So, but yeah, our average class.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I just feel like even the safety, just feeling safe, that if your child is having an issue, those parents are going to find you to talk to you. Right. Wherein in the government school, it's a little bit harder, to have that kind of access. Right. So I really love that. I'll drop a name for you. I'm going to take a break, but I'll drop a name for you. Did you know, maybe you do, Rita Estevanovich actually went to Triple-C as well? You know why I know that? Rita, our actress. Yeah. You know why I know that? Because she was like in year 1 or year 2 when I was like big high school, and she had this big name, and she was just this little girl. And that's why I remember.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm
and there are little
well
pictures of her when she was like 5 years old, and she was the tiniest little thing with this huge name. I was like, poor thing, she hasn't learned how to spell that. So there are lots of actual community members that I'm aware of. I'm going to be letting them know about this.
Well, that's good, because one of the things we want to do, and as chair of the board, I'm cognizant of, we want to build a good alumni association.
Yeah, of course.
And that's been giving us some challenges. I mean, I didn't know that you were an alumni because you're a dynamic person.
Yeah.
I would have reached out to you long ago, or get my administrators to reach out to you long ago, because we talk about building an alumni association that's dynamic and that's
I think Mrs. Marjorie Ebanks was working on that some years ago, because I had even given her like my old photos of when I was in school. For her to collect. So it was many, many years ago. I think maybe 15 years when I first came back home or something. So she had started that. So I don't know. Maybe it's something that needs to kind of, be revamped.
Well, it still is a challenge for us because we talk about it from time to time.
Absolutely.
And especially as we want to embark on we have a strategic plan that we're finalizing. So we want to embark on some fundraising, so we need some dynamic people.
That'd be good.
From the Alumni Association.
That's awesome. And I remember my Triple-C days fondly for a lot of reasons. Just the family that it provided, the system that it provided. Some people are not as fortunate to have the support system at home, and so school becomes their system. Their teachers or the families of their friends that they get to share their time with and spend time at their homes. And I say that all the time, even just in my profession, and even just being a community leader, that having access to other people's homes and seeing how they functioned and seeing how they were parented or not kind of helped me be a better parent or be a better person. So I think absolutely, and I would always accredit my Triple-C days to stuff like that. Just having access to things that I might not have had access to. Families that might have had more money than my family had, but I was able to sit at their table and, partake of some of the things that they did. So I love that. And I think that it's something that we need to continue to promote in our community because it's so small and we have the opportunity to really, really make a difference. Absolutely. So I'm glad that you guys are celebrating 82 years of excellence. I love that. That's great. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and chat a little bit more.
Very good.
We'll be back with more Talk Today.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I go in flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old girl.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Welcome to a new year with Digicel. Elevate your mobile experience by switching to our prepaid or postpaid plans. Enjoy more data, seamless communication, and uninterrupted entertainment. Plus, make the switch now for a chance to win exciting rewards. Stay connected, entertained, and make 2024 your year with Digicel. Because better connections make a better year.
February 14th. Not only is it Valentine's Day, but also the 55th Annual Agricultural Show returns to the Stacy Watler Pavilion in Lower Valley. Save the date, Ash Wednesday, February 14th. Fellas, you know what she wants? More plants. Ladies, you know what he wants? The food. And what better way to tire the kids out before Valentine's date night than at Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day. The 55th Annual Agricultural Show returns to the Stacy Watler Pavilion in Lower Valley, Wednesday, February 14th. For more information, visit them on Facebook or caymanagriculture.ky.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. What's on our mind? We're talking about Triple C 82nd anniversary, a gala, and that's happening January 27th. And what day of the week is that?
That is a Saturday.
A Saturday. So it'll be Saturday night at the Family Life Center.
Correct.
And you're prepared for many bodies.
Yes.
So I know a caller was asking about the date. So it's January 27th. It's a Saturday night, and it's going to be at the Family Life Center. And if you want tickets, you can go to Triple C.
Correct. The office, Triple C office has tickets.
Okay. And that'll be your best bet. Or if you know Mr. Roy, you just call him,
some
find
other
him.
people are selling tickets too. Some other people in in the community. They're going around selling tickets. But the best bet, perhaps the most convenient, is just to go to the office.
Yeah.
At Triple C, because a lot of people are in town they can just whip 5-10 minutes out of their lunchtime.
Correct.
Let's go to the office and purchase tickets.
Just pick them up. I'm going to be sending out Facebook messages to all the people.
We'd appreciate that. We'd appreciate that.
Yes, and I'm going to join your social media stuff too. So on Instagram, it's Triple C.
Yep, Triple C School.
Triple C
It may be
School.
triplec.ky. And when you go to Facebook, you just put in Triple C School.
All right. All right. I'm going to be joining that because, we'd love to know these things that are happening.
Good.
It doesn't matter how long it's been such a foundation for most of us. And I think it's just such a great community resource at this point also.
Right.
So I'm always talking about our community is small enough that we can make some changes that might be harder to make in a larger place.
Definitely.
So
Definitely that's the case.
Yeah, so just everybody working together to do that, and I think Triple C does its own thing. How many students do you have now?
Currently, we have 288 students.
Okay.
Enrollment went down. We went to one class per grade, right? So we used to have 2 classes per grade. And I think the smaller setting, even in the overall picture, is doing much better for us right now. We're able to kind of regroup from the past inspections. We're able to focus more on the mission and the vision, individual students. So it's at 288 right now.
Okay, all right. I mean, and that's the thing. It's less about the numbers and more about the success.
Correct.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
So when you get that down, then you can add more numbers.
Absolutely right.
Yeah,
Absolutely right.
for sure. Now, you said you taught there. You've been there 9 years.
Been there 9 years.
What did you teach?
Oh my! So this round, I'm here 9 years. My husband and I were here previously in 1999.
Okay.
At Triple C School, I taught kindergarten.
Okay.
During that time, this go around, I've been 3rd grade teacher. Then I went to teach Christian education for middle school and high school.
Okay.
And then I taught straight high school, the seniors. I was a senior advisor. And then I became dean of students.
Okay.
And then I became VP.
Okay.
And now I'm a principal.
All right.
And that's another thing about Triple C School. The rate of internal, what would we call it, for bringing people internally and giving them different positions. We are, and I'm going to put a plug in, I am not from here. You may have noticed.
Is that New York?
It is New York. And my husband and I, we have been adamant about raising up qualified Comenian teachers.
Okay.
So if you're out there and you're in education, please come to Triple C School and check us out. And we're hiring. Already for next school year, we're doing a round of interviews. So if you are a teacher, if you are in the field of education and you are interested, I think our children need to see people like them standing in front of them. So I'm a big advocate for that. So we're going to put in a plug for that.
All right. That's good. So when you were here before, did you guys leave and come back?
We did.
Okay.
We did.
So what was the break, the break period? How long was that?
20 years.
Yeah? Wow.
Because we had older children.
Okay.
And so,
sorted them out.
Yes, one of our children, they were both here with us, but one of our children was struggling academically, and so we had to take him back and get him sorted. We 20-year hiatus, but we were always coming back and forth.
Nice.
We would always come back and minister at the church. We would always come back and visit Triple C School, be guest speakers and stuff. And from the time I stepped foot on the soil, I felt like this was home.
Home, yeah. Wow, that is something. That is, I always like to hear about the journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so on this night, what sort of things can people look forward to other than the entertainment aspect? Like what else will they be able to enjoy at the gala?
Well, we're going to talk about the journey. Right? You just said you enjoyed listening about the journey. So we're going to talk about the journey because 82 years is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And we've had our ups, we've had our downs, but we're still standing and we're stronger and we're better for what we've gone through. So you're going to hear about the journey. You'll get a chance to meet people who have been on the journey,
right.
No matter where they entered. right? So I'm a people person, so I want to see people face to face and hear about, what's your connection to Triple C School?
Right.
So there'll be a lot of that, listening to people's journey. We'll have a presentation where you'll get a chance to I believe Brother Roy is going to talk about our, plan, moving forward. So not just where we've been, not just where we are, but where we're headed.
Are you going to do a slideshow?
Yes.
So do you have my photos that I sent on? Because I got a whole album.
We need to find them.
Well, we need to find some and get some.
I got a whole album of all of us.
We don't want to leave without saying that we're also going to have some great spot prizes. We're a church-based organization. We can't raffle, but we have some spot prize, absolutely great spot prizes.
Like what kind of, not the prizes themselves, but what will they get prizes for? Like, give an example. If I have a hairpin in my purse, like, how's it going to be based on?
Well, if you have a ticket that you paid for, hold on to the ticket.
Oh, okay.
Right? Hold on to the ticket.
So you'll call the number.
Correct. So there are the ticket stubs. That's right. Yeah. I carry nothing in my pocketbook but my phone. So
I just want to put stuff in my purse just in case they ask me some obscure thing and I can win something like that. Okay, so you'll be calling the ticket numbers. Okay.
Yes.
So walk with your ticket.
Yes, please.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
And so if they don't come, they can't win a spot prize.
Correct.
So what kind of prizes then?
So
Gift certificates?
we have stuff from everything. I understand that we have we'll be having complimentary tickets from Cayman Airways to some destination.
Okay.
We're going to have gas vouchers. We're going to have
if you like flowers, there's some things thrown in there.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So and so I know you're preparing for 400, but suppose people want to bring someone with them. Like we're going to take up a spot.
Well, if we get 401, I will give them my space. I will do without my food.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have there are plenty of tickets.
Want to bring their spouse or something.
There are plenty of tickets available. Plenty of tickets available. Prepare to bring your spouse.
I'm coming. I'm circling
Yes.
my number on my ticket so I can get my spot prize. I'm going to be ready for my spot prize. And remind us of the food again. There's crab. I know you said crab.
We're going to have crab. We're going to have conch. We're going to have turtle. And we're going to have fish.
Who's making this stuff? Who's going to prepare this?
Let me say this. Let me guarantee you this.
Okay, I can guarantee you that.
I can guarantee this. Guess who the maestro in organizing all this food is?
Yeah, that'll.
None other than Kurt Tibbetts.
Oh, well, now then Here go the food now. He might cook some of that himself. Let me tell you. That's going to be awesome. So we know the food is safe.
Oh, I'm telling you, with him it's safe, boy.
Yeah. Put it that way. As I think he's an alumni too, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's not an alumni, but his grandchildren go there.
Okay.
His grandchildren go there, and a daughter of his, is she in charge of the choir?
She's in charge of the choir.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. Nice.
So, yeah. God saying if you roped him in, and he said, leave the food to me.
Wow.
He said we were just waiting on that.
Yeah, so that's good. It's good when you got friends, man.
Absolutely.
Good friends.
Yeah.
You got a good chairman, by the way. He got a couple of names he could call.
Absolutely.
He didn't know my name, but
we know it now.
No, I didn't know that. I knew your name. I didn't know you were a Triple C alumni, because I would have been at you long ago.
Absolutely, yes. No, I'm very excited. This is great. Speaking to Ms. Tanya Knight, who's the principal at Triple C School, and Mr. Roy Bodden, who's chairman of the board of directors. And when I saw your name, Roy Bodden, I was like, well, it can't be that one, because you know when your name just keep popping up everywhere. I was like, it must be another Roy Bodden. Sure enough, it's the Roy Bodden himself in this role, because I always think, man, you have 4 or 5 different roles you could pop up anywhere. When people say, what are you doing now? I'm like, that's a loaded question.
It is a loaded
You sure you got time? Because it's so much. But that's awesome, and that's the beauty of this small community as well, and to celebrate such a thing is just amazing. So 82 years, celebrating it is going to be a great gala, and it's happening January 27th. And it's going to be, starting at 6.
Yes.
But not Cayman time.
No, there'll be no food left.
Like
Please
if
get
you
there
don't
at
get
6.
there, by 6:30, you might not be in the right line for the food. And is it going to be served or a buffet?
It will be served.
Oh, so you want to be in your seat. For sure.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. And I know time, but I also know time people kind of, with my own children, I have to tell them like 2 hours. Because I'll say 5:30 and then 7:30, 8:30. And I'm like, what I told you about. Yeah, but I didn't think you meant that, Mommy.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I did mean that,
You mean 6. Yes, please be there.
Exactly. So this is going to be very exciting. And they can also look you up on social media and you'll have information about it on there.
Correct.
Right? So Instagram, Facebook, and just go pick up your ticket at Triple C School.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Please do.
We have a new website as well, so check out the website. You can get information.
Oh, what's that?
As well. That is tripleschool.org.
Okay,
Yes.
great. That'll be awesome. And it's updated.
It's
and you
updated. Yes.
This is great. And you just had a call out for Cayman teachers or anyone that might be interested in the educational arena.
Yes, ma'am.
Go to Triple C.
Yeah.
Call Triple C. Throw your hat in there and see
Yes,
what comes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, it's not just the government school. Sometimes, that the private schools do have opportunities. So it's
Correct.
good that you're saying that. And it's really a great place to be.
It is.
And with your canteen now, is it private or you guys do the canteen yourselves now?
Canteen ourselves.
Yeah.
We have an amazing person over the canteen. All food is healthy, cooked fresh every single day.
Yeah. And I said that because I remember even what I was reading this past weekend, Miss Myrtle. I remember there used to be 2 Myrtles working, and Miss Myrtle ended up like owning a restaurant or something after, and she was in charge of the canteen, and I had her written down like who will miss Miss Myrtle.
Miss Myrtle. And that's funny because
Miss Myrtle food.
They say that today. Every graduating class, Mr. Rex, we're gonna miss you.
Yes.
Yeah. Take care of the students.
Exactly. So it's funny because I had them down and I was like, and the second Miss Myrtle too. It's so funny that I was literally just looking at this stuff. Very excited. This is exciting. And congratulations too for the milestone that 82 years ago, and you're still standing.
Yes.
Standing strong.
Still doing well. Still doing well.
That's awesome.
Still doing well. And this the principal mentioned that this past year's graduates have done us really well.
Yeah.
The majority of them, as far as I know, went to the UK.
Yes.
Wow.
UK universities.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes people get the misinformation, they're misinformed and think, well, it's an American school, so our students only go to the United States or Canada. No, our schools go international.
Right.
And I was looking at the list of graduates and where they've gone. The majority of them have gone to the UK, and some of them doing technical things too, like engineering and all that stuff.
Correct.
Nice.
So the standards are really, really high.
And that's going to be great when they come back home.
Of course.
It.
And start contributing to what we do, and I talk about that all the time, that, we have to always usher in, the next generation to take their place because, we can't hold on to it forever, right? And the world needs to be in good hands.
That's right.
Yes.
So I love that Triple C is a part of that. That's awesome for sure. Yeah, no, very excited. Looking forward to this. If you're interested, definitely reach out to Triple C or pick up your tickets there. Or if you know someone who attended Triple C, you can let them know as well, because I'm going to start doing that, telling my people that I know that went through the doors of Triple C. Now, question, fun fact question. For your first graduating class, do you have any graduates? Like, are you aware of any graduates from the first graduating class 82 years ago?
There is only one who's still living, and she lives in Florida. So she is the last remaining because yes, she's the last remaining, and her name slips me, but I do know she's the last remaining graduate.
Wow.
82 years ago.
Yeah, 82 years ago.
We just lost a prominent one in Miss Georgette, the late Georgette.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
She was among the early graduates.
She would have been in the early classes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's all, interesting when you think about 82 years.
Yes.
These are they're 100 years old, right?
Close to, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. So just to think of, all those years that has passed and who's around and what are they doing, and
yes.
Yeah, that's always good. Yeah, to be a part of such a great alumni, of just just people that are positive and producing for the creative Christian character.
There you go.
Right.
Triple C.
Triple C.
Creative
right.
Christian character. Yep. Absolutely. It was about something for sure. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. I'm talking to Ms. Tanya Knight. She's the principal of Triple C School, and Mr. Roy Bodden, who's the chair of the board of directors, chairman of the board of directors. And the gala, it's happening January 27th.
Yes.
And that was a plan too, to start the year out with this.
Actually, we were supposed to do it in December to celebrate Cayman Thanksgiving. Had problems with the venue, but I believe January 27th is a good time.
This is a good time. I think so. I think it's a good way to start off the year with something happy and fun and nice, and probably seeing a lot of people that you haven't seen for years.
We would expect that.
And they're getting all dressed up and the price is good too.
We'd expect.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
Yep.
Great. I'm definitely coming.
Good.
Definitely coming. I
Very
have to
good.
put it in my calendar. Definitely, because I will not remember after this conversation, because I'm that age too.
Got you.
Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Excited 82nd anniversary gala, Triple C School, and it's happening on January 27th. And you want to be there.
Yes, you do.
For sure.
Yes.
Great catching up with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Great meeting you.
and thank you for hosting us, and thanks for Radio Cayman for this time.
Yes, for
We
sure.
look forward to seeing you.
All right,
I've
we'll see
learned
ya.
something new. I feel I feel good when I go back to the next board meeting. I'll tell my members, did you know that we have a dynamic alumni? We were searching all this time for someone who would lead this.
You couldn't have been searching that hard. Someone would have told you. Come on. I had somebody tell me the other day, I used to remember you in your little red skirt, walking through town. It was a police officer. He said he used to look through the window and see all of us cutting through one little path there from Triple C. And he said, I remember seeing you in your red skirt. I was like, that was a long time ago. You still remember that, Thank you all so much. We're going to take a quick break for the news, but we'll be back with more talk today. Take care.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
Last-minute fine-tuning underway as Cayman gears up for National Heroes Day on Monday. This year, the focus is on celebrating cultural artisans and creatives, and recipients will be honored with a ceremony in Hero Square Monday, starting at 9 a.m. Then later in the day, when the heat cools down, a celebration kicks off in the evening, starting at 4 p.m., featuring music, performances, food, and fellowship on Cardinal Avenue. And it's all capped off by a fireworks display. In international headlines, police officials who responded to the deadly shooting in Uvalde, Texas, demonstrated no urgency in setting up a command post, failing to treat the killings as an active shooter situation. Now, this is according to a Justice Department report that was released today. It identifies cascading failures in law enforcement's handling of one of the deadliest massacres at a school in U.S. history. The Justice Department report, which is the most comprehensive federal accounting of the response to the shooting at Robb Elementary School, identifies an array of problems, from failed communication and leadership to inadequate technology and training. Federal officials say these issues contributed to the crisis lasting far longer than it should have, even as terrified students inside classrooms called 911 and agonized parents begged officers to go in. An Israeli airstrike on a home killed 16 people today, half of them children, in the southern Gaza town of Rafah. Medics said early today the military continued to strike targets in areas of the besieged territory where it has told civilians to seek refuge. There was, meanwhile, no word on whether medicines that entered the territory Wednesday as part of a deal brokered by France and Qatar had been distributed to dozens of hostages with chronic illness being held by Hamas. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Welcome to a new year with Digicel. Elevate your mobile experience by switching to our prepaid or postpaid plan. Enjoy more data, seamless communication, and uninterrupted entertainment. Plus, make the switch now for a chance to win exciting rewards. Stay connected, entertained, and make 2024 your year with Digicel. Because better connections make a better year.
Freedom, Cayman Rack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
It will be Saturday, January 20th, 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. The annual Cayman Islands location, Agricultural Showgrounds, Agricola Drive, Lower Valley, Bodden Town. A delightful exhibition of compellingly beautiful orchids, accessories, and implements. Expand your horizons, grow your knowledge, be a student of orchids for a day. Classes, briefing sessions around species, plant requirements, orchid care, manage your plants. Save the date, Saturday, January 20th, the annual Orchid Society Show and Tell. The Agricultural Showgrounds. Bring the family, bring a friend. Orchids, no plants, no bloom like an orchid.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewel. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon, and I had a great afternoon. I'm flying solo, by the way, so if you want to talk or you got a question or you something to say, you can call us at 1-800-534-8255 or WhatsApp at 925-3261. And I'd love to hear from you because, I'm just sitting here by myself, so why not? But definitely I'm enjoying the afternoon because I found out about a couple of things that's going on, and I'm going. Like, I'm always really trying to fill my calendar, with amazing things to do because, we won't sit down in my house. So I got one closet full of clothes, and I just love to put them on and go be seen and see people and hail up people and feel alive. Like, to me, that's a part of my kind of resolution for this year as well. You can't win it if you're not in it. And if you're not in the line, they can't call your name. So if there are things that you want to do, goals you want to crush, like literally, I was joking about ready to crush my goals, and then my legs went wobble, and, drop down with the flu. But sometimes that's the body saying, rest, child. I have a lot more for you to do. So rest up, take a breath, get control of the situation, plan it, and then execute, honey. So that's what I've decided to do, right? But filling my calendar with amazing things is just incredible. So I want to see you guys out at National Heroes Day. That's happening on Holiday Monday. I know I like to go to the beach on holiday Monday too, but I'm going to go ahead and try to do that maybe Sunday, because Monday I'm going to National Heroes Day. And I'm going to try to be there on time. The ceremony starts at 9 a.m. and they're going to be awarding cherished classics. There's 14 people being awarded. Cultural luminaries. There's 89 people being awarded. Cultural heritage groups. 13 people. I'm excited. This is awesome. And then the celebration in the afternoon is going to be, well, how do young people say? Lit. Y'all still saying that? Because I don't know. But yeah, lit, right? But not going to be lit too long because it's ending around 8:30. So you still got a little time to get home and get ready for the next day, because the next day, although it's holiday Monday, that means the next day is work and school. So 4 to 8. So bring the kids out to have a good time. Lots of people providing great food. The Georgetown Heritage Day Committee, we were just talking to the Triple C people that are doing the 82nd Gala on January 27th. They were talking about crab, conch, turtle. Listen, the towners, nobody can beat them with that. I can tell you that. And in fact, Easterners, you can't beat them with it. Northsiders, you can't beat them with it. Cayman Rockers, you can't beat them with it. Listen, Caymanians just can cook, okay? So you don't want to miss it, for sure. And that's going to be on Cardinal Avenue. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be lots of good stuff, lots of entertainment. Alfonso Wright was in here telling us the whole lineup of events and people performing and fireworks. So that was Jamal Anderson, Alfonso Wright, and Mr. Dale Ramon we were talking to. And then we were talking to the Triple C people, the principal, and the chairman of the board, Miss Tanya Knight, the principal, and Mr. Roy Bodden, the chairman of the board of directors. And that's going to be amazing, January 27th. And food starts at 6:30. So go get your tickets. All right. So that's January 22nd and January 27th. Just letting you all know. Put it in your calendar, because that's what 2024 is about. It's about being alive, being thankful to be alive, and meeting up with positive people and being infused with beautiful energy. Yeah, that. Okay? All right. We got 2 callers. I'm going to the phones. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Miss Catherine Tyson. It's Quincy Brown. How are you, ma'am?
Hi there, Quincy Brown. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing very good, and if I were not, I would say so. I'm doing really well. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Good stuff. What's happening?
Well, a lot is happening, and I'm so grateful that a very kind lady instructed me on how to download the Radio Cayman app onto my phone so I can take Radio Cayman wherever I go. Radio Cayman is with me. I'm very excited about that.
You're just a walking advertisement.
Well, the thing is this, we talk about being a walking advertiser, and we talk about national heroes. Listen, if something is good, I'm going to do it, whether I'm paid or not. So in other words, I'm not getting paid to advertise. I'm just saying something is good because I have enjoyed it, I have experienced it, and that gives it a stamp of authenticity. And you can't pay someone for that. And I segue then into National Heroes, which National Heroes Day is a very important time for us as residents of the Cayman Islands, Cayman, everybody that calls Cayman home.
Right.
Cayman Rock, Little Cayman. If you live in the Cayman Islands, you are working here, you are living here, you're spending money here, you have a right to be here. And as citizens, as people, as visitors, everyone under the sound of my voice, calling Cayman home, when we gather on holiday Monday, we are going to celebrate what it means to be Caymanian. And guess what? I think it is important when people do good and people are recognized with a national award, with an honor, but that's not why we should do good, We should do good simply because good needs to be done.
We should do good because it's good.
Someone gives you a round of applause, but that's not necessary. But I say that not to detract or take away from those who will be honored. I say congratulations to all of the honorees, and I also want to say congratulations. Now, this has nothing to do with National Heroes Day, but again, it's those who've been honored. His Majesty King Charles III obviously will be bestowing great awards on persons such as the OBE, Order of the British Empire, and members of the British Empire, I want to highlight the Honorable Moses Ian Colonel III and Miss Marie Martin, former principal of Georgetown Primary School. They'll be getting their awards from His Majesty the King. But bring it back to home now. On Holiday Monday, all roads lead to National Heroes Day. We got to celebrate what mean became Manyan, and we got to clap our hands loud and long for those being honored as we celebrate Caymanian culture whilst remembering our heritage. Yeah?
What is say? You will be a sight for sore eyes because I can't tell the last time I saw you, Quincy. So I'm very excited to even hear you.
No,
I can't wait.
Tyson, lighten up because I'm somebody's mama. You made your contribution too, Catherine. I just want to underscore that you are making a difference in your Caymanian society. Lighten up because you somebody's mama, not true?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate that. We have to, like you said, we have to do good just for the sake of doing good because good needs to be done in the world.
Absolutely. And that's important to me. So congratulations. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you.
And look here, I won't tell you this while I hang up. No, because you got to give somebody else the next chance. Look here, I do good, darling. If I wasn't doing good, now would be a good time. I'm not doing good there, but I am doing good. Thanks be to God.
I'm so glad you're doing good. And thank you for calling. All right. I think we have another caller. We're going to go straight to the phones again. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Ms. Sewel, Ms. Catherine.
Hi there.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Thankful. I'm grateful for what my teachers taught me.
Good stuff. All right. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Speaking of education, etc., what, in my opinion, teachers need to be, spoken of more often.
Yes.
And greatly appreciated. Hello?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree.
I mean, when it concerns mathematics, any subject whatsoever, religious education, music, English, any subject whatsoever, it's always good to look back on the teachers, and to remember the good teachings of the teachers, the time that they spent. And I think also people should not do what they're doing today and trying to destroy the education. People were educated, and it's sad to know that there are actually people who want to destroy, make efforts to destroy your future when it concerns educated people. Hello?
Yes, no, for sure.
Yeah. Teachers have a lot to offer, including when it concerns, like I said, drama, all these things, music, every subject that you can think of. Teachers have contributed, and they've made great people. Educators have made great people in our societies. And we need to strengthen our people. Instead of trying to weaken our people, we need to try to strengthen our people. And basically put the people in the positions in our societies, in our communities, instead of trying to keep them down, lift them up. I mean, if you're trying to keep down the teacher and saying, the teachers is a fool, the teachers this and fighting against the teachers, how can they learn anything? And today we don't know who teachers are. They're very extremely educated people in our communities, and we just don't know who is who.
Yeah, we have to value our teachers for sure.
Like I said, you look at buildings, you look at all these things, these wonderful creations, cars, car makers. Teachers taught these students to design these things. I designed a game. I invented a game. Some people don't even know what the meaning of an inventor actually is. It sounds a little nerdy, but I invented a game. I don't like praises. At least I don't like too much attention, really, unless it's really necessary. But I branded it as a Caymanian game, and we gonna just make things just disappear, not embrace our history and strengthen our people, I've heard some people say we want to make Cayman great again. How do you do it? We got to work on the people. We got to strengthen our people, and that's part of what I want to say. I don't want to say my name right now because I like I said, I don't like too much recognition and praise and all that sort of stuff. But that's just what I wanted to say for right now.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that call this afternoon. I hope to see you at the National Heroes Day celebration, where we will be celebrating our heroes. I think you're absolutely right. And, recognizing our teachers because they made a difference in our lives for sure. Thank you so much for that call this afternoon. So just want to remind everybody of National Heroes Day. It's on Holiday Monday. It's this coming Monday, the 22nd. Starts at 9 a.m. And that's the award ceremony. And then there's going to be the celebration, which is the afternoon. And that's going to be awesome. If I don't get any more calls, I'll probably end the show early. So if you do want to say something, or you have a comment or you have a question, 1-800-534-8255 or 925-3261. That will be for your WhatsApp if you had a question for that. Okay, so just a reminder for that to come on out and celebrate our heroes. That is going to be awesome, and I'm very excited about that. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and close the show early, but I hope that you're having a great afternoon and you continue to enjoy the rest of your day. And Talk Today will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care. Have a great afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.